13 Blizzard Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Michelle Wright. Emergency crews are working really hard right now to try and get power back on to thousands of customers in our area, as well as to clean up the roads. But travel is very dangerous, and police say don't go out unless it's an absolute emergency. News 13's Noreen Turyn is outside right now, and she's going to join us to tell us how the road cleanup is going. I understand it's very dangerous. Is that right, Noreen?
That's right, Michelle. It was quite frightening. As a matter of fact, driving over here where I am right now is the Virginia Department of Transportation on Campbell Avenue, and the roads are not good at all, but that's not the fault of city crews, of state crews, excuse me. With me is Bob Sutton with the Virginia Department of Transportation to tell us just what the roads are going to be like. Mr. Sutton, first of all, I know crews have been working all night to try and get the roads fixed. What has been done?
Well, basically all of our crews within the 10 counties of the Lynchburg district have been out since about midnight last night, concentrating on the high-volume primaries and what we call bare pavement routes.
Okay, tell me, are they passable? Are chemicals going to be helpful? What can be done?
Well, right now, all the bare pavement routes in the district are passable. We've had some experiences with some temporary blockage in the Pennsylvania County area, but right now I've been advised that that's open right now. So all the primary routes in the district are open.
Okay, I'm looking right here at 460. It doesn't look very good to travel on. What do you suggest to motorists?
We're advising motorists to stay in and not drive unless they absolutely have to go out. And if they do, we're recommending they use extreme caution, chains, and snow tires.
Okay, I understand you have every possible member of the Virginia Department of Transportation working right now.
Yes.
Will that continue? There's more bad weather on the way.
We'll have all our crews out as long as the bad weather continues.
Okay, you also have to call in some other crews? I mean, this has been a big one, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've called in the majority of all our hired equipment that we had signed up, and we're making plans to call in some more additional heavy equipment if that's necessary tonight.
Okay, basically, when do you see this getting better?
Well, what our weather forecasting service says now is going to get worse before it gets better. I hope they're wrong.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for coming outside. I know this is not what you had planned today. I really appreciate you being with us. Now, Michelle, of course, as you know, I'll be out all day. Everybody will be out all day. Let's go back to you and see what the weather is going to shape up to be.
All right, we'll check in with Kim in just a few minutes, Noreen, but right now I'm going to tell you about some telephone numbers where... Good afternoon, I'm Michelle Wright. More of this storm is on the way, so police are urging folks to stay off the roads unless it's an absolute emergency. Also, we want to remind you, only dial 911 if it is an emergency. Police do need to keep those lines open. Right now, we're going to check in with News 13's Noreen Turyn, who's been covering what's been happening in Lynchburg. Noreen, where are you now?
All right, Michelle, I've moved right now. I'm at Lynchburg's Public Works Department in Lynchburg on 5th Street, and it is doing something outside right now, kind of a sleety, gross something or another. It hurts the face, let me just say that. The roads in Lynchburg look fairly good right now. The pavement is actually showing in quite a few places. With me is Ray Booth with the Public Works Department. Mr. Booth, can you tell us what can motorists expect on Lynchburg roads today as far as passability?
Obviously, we're getting the main roads in pretty good condition. We're now working on the secondaries. Most residents will find the residential streets very treacherous. We'll be starting plowing those late tonight and be working on them all day tomorrow.
Okay, do you find you're keeping going over the same roads again and again?
Well, since it stopped a few hours ago, earlier, right before lunch, from snowing, we're now being able to catch up a little bit, and we've got the primaries in good shape. We're getting the secondaries in good shape now, and hopefully we'll start the residentials by nighttime.
Okay. What about all this sleet? What is that doing as far as making driving conditions? Is it helping or hurting?
Well, it's obviously making things slicker. With the temperatures dropping tonight, it'll be freezing up again tonight. It's helped a little bit from the drifting in that it's putting some weight down, and the wind doesn't cause as much drifting as it did earlier. Okay.
A suggestion to Lynchburg motorists?
Stay in tonight.
Okay, that's basically what we've been hearing everywhere is stay inside if you can, unless it's a dire emergency, but we can't repeat that enough. Thank you very much, Mr. Booth. And Michelle, back to you.
All right, thanks, Noreen. Also, our crews in the Roanoke Valley have been out. News 13's Noreen Turyn has been all over the Lynchburg area today, keeping track of just what's going on. Noreen, how are crews doing as far as cleaning up the roads?
Well, Michelle, just a few minutes ago, I'm standing right here on Candler's Mountain Road. You can see the road doesn't look so good, but just a few minutes ago, city crews made more, I guess at least a couple passes on each side of Candler's Mountain Road to scrape it off. Ray Booth with the Department of Public Works, excuse me, I can barely talk, my lips are frozen. Ray Booth with the Department of Public Works says that city crews will be working throughout the night on the primary roads. Perhaps later tonight they'll get into the residential areas, but I don't think they're going to do that if it continues like this, because they have to continually re-scrape the roads as this builds up naturally. Also, VDOT will be doing the same thing. They will be plowing the primary roads. An interesting fact, they said that snowstorms like this typically cost $100,000 a day to clear the roads. I found that very interesting. But at any rate, as Keith mentioned, don't go out if you don't have to. We've mentioned it again and again. The roads, though, they are doing their best to keep them as clear as they can for emergency purposes. Michelle?
All right, thanks, Noreen. And since the snow is still falling, let's check in with Kim Edwards again to see how long it's going to last. Kim?